For nearly a century, one family controlled justice in the South Carolina Low Country. Judges respected them, prosecutors feared them. The Murda dynasty was power itself, but power doesn't last forever. On June 7, 2021, Alex Murdaugh dialed 911, claiming to have found his wife Maggie and his son Paul brutally shot to death at the family's estate. At first, it seemed like a senseless tragedy. A family man shattered, but the deeper investigators looked, the more they uncovered a tangled web of lies, greed, and corruption. This is the story of how one of the most powerful families in America collapsed into scandal, murder, and ruin. To understand the Murdaugh case, you must first understand the power of their name. For 87 years, 3 generations of Murdaugh men served as chief prosecutors in South Carolina's 14th Judicial Circuit. Their reach stretched across 5 counties, and their influence was undeniable. Locals often said, if you went up against the Murdaughs, you would lose. They were wealthy, influential, and for decades, untouchable. But beneath the surface, stories circulated about questionable verdicts, hidden fables, and a family that always seemed above the law. Alex Murdaugh was born into this world of privilege. He became a lawyer, married Margaret Maggie, and had 2 sons, Buster and Paul. 2 outsiders. It looked like the American dream, but behind closed doors, things were beginning to fall apart. In February 2019, 19-year-old Mallory Beach lost her life in a boating accident. The boat, owned by the Murdaughs, the driver, allegedly drunk. Paul Murda. Witnesses claimed Paul had been drinking heavily that night. Others said the family tried to protect him from consequences. This tragedy not only devastated the Beach family, it also put the Murdaughs in an unwelcome spotlight. Paul faced criminal charges, and for the first time in decades, the Murdaugh name looked vulnerable. On June 7, 2021, Alex Murdaugh says he had dinner with Maggie and Paul. Later that night, he claims he fell asleep at the house, only to wake and find their bodies outside near the dog kennels. He dialed 911, his voice panicked, but investigators quickly noticed inconsistencies. Why were there no defensive wounds on Maggie or Paul? Why did Alex not have blood on his clothes, despite saying he checked their pulses? And why did neighbors report hearing gunshots earlier than Alex's timeline suggested? From the beginning, questions surrounded his story. As the murders were investigated, an avalanche of secrets came crashing down. Millions of dollars were missing from Alex's law firm. Clients accused him of stealing settlement money. His opioid addiction was exposed, painting a picture of a man desperate and spiraling out of control. Then came an unbelievable twist. Just 3 months after the murders, Alex claimed he was shot on a rural road, but investigators allege it wasn't an assassination attempt. It was a staged suicide for-hire plot, designed so his surviving son Buster could collect $10 million in insurance money. The Murdaugh mask of respectability had completely shattered. By late 2021, Alex Murdaugh faced dozens of charges: financial crimes, fraud, conspiracy. But in July 2022, prosecutors dropped the bombshell. Alex Murdaugh was indicted for the murders of Maggie and Paul. They argued he killed them to distract from his financial crimes, to buy time, and to gain sympathy. A shocking motive, but one they believed the evidence could prove. The trial became a national obsession. Millions watched every moment. Prosecutors revealed damning cell phone data, proving Alex was at the dog kennels minutes before the murders, even though he swore he wasn't. They presented financial evidence showing he was on the edge of exposure. Witness after witness testified, painting a picture of a man cornered, willing to do anything to save himself. In March 2023, after weeks of testimony, the jury returned with its verdict: guilty on all counts. Alex Murdaugh, once a powerful lawyer, was sentenced to life in prison without parole. The Murda story is more than a murder case. It is the fall of a dynasty, a tale of power, corruption, and betrayal. For the families of Maggie, Paul, and Mallory Beach, justice has come, but at a heavy price. And for South Carolina, the Murdaugh legacy serves as a haunting reminder that no one, no matter how powerful, is above the law. This was the rise and fall of Alex Murdaugh, a man who had it all, but lost everything. This is Crime Flow Narratives. Subscribe for more stories of power, mystery, and crime.